Guys, big breaking news coming out. Please share this video. Today is March 11, 2025, and welcome to the Real GS News channel. Before I start, give this video a big thumbs up, and once again, thank you so much for your support. So we're going to start with this one here. The Bear missile hits Odesa port, taking out 4. Now it says here you have the flagship operated by Logan Ship Management was loading grain bound for Algeria when it was hit by an Iskander missile with a cluster warhead. The strike comes just as Crane agreed to a U.S. proposed 30-day ceasefire, with Moscow yet to respond. This thing was, the ship was hit by a Iskander missile with a cluster warhead. So I did talk about this in my other channel, but we have very important updates here. Again, my condolences and prayers to the families and friends that lost their loved ones. And we do have more breaking news updates. North Korea warns of nuclear war after South Korea jet accidentally bomb village. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Once again, please share the video. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago. My address is highlighted in yellow. And I want to thank every single one of you for your support, either through PayPal or the Cash App. Thank you so much. Your support really helps out. So let's see what's going on here, guys. Once again, this is not looking good when it comes to working peace, but at the same time, sudden destruction follows. All right, so it says here the Bear missile hits Odesa port, taking 4 seafarers on grain ship. Now, a Bear missile struck on Odesa set the MJ Pinar, a grain-carrying bulk carrier, on fire, taking at least 4 crew members and impacting others, including, look at this, Ukrainian pilot. So we're going to skip the rest of this here. And I want to bring this one up really quick here. Excuse me, guys. So you have the Prime Minister of UK, Mr. Starmer, backs Crane's ceasefire plan, calls on the Bear to act. Starmer welcomed Crane's agreement to a 30-day ceasefire and said it's now on the Bear to end the fighting. Here's the thing. I don't think they're going to do it. Because, number one, Vladimir, way before Donald inauguration, Vladimir said he will not accept any ceasefire. So he already said it. He already said it way before Donald, again, the inauguration. Number two, you have the State Duma, one of the members of the State Duma came out and said, his name is Victor, he said, it ain't going to happen. We're not going to accept this. Because number one, it will lead, everything to be paused. No more firing missiles. Which means that Crane will gain strength and get a lot of weapons. So the Bear's saying, nah, it ain't going to happen. Because it just give the advantage to Ukraine to build up much stronger. So we're going to see how all this plays out. But once again, guys, the Bear's not pleased with this one here. So Starmer said he praised Zelensky and Donald for the remarkable breakthrough, and will discuss next steps with world leaders this Saturday. Now, Starmer said, as both American and Ukrainian delegation have said, the ball is now in the Russian court. We are ready to help bring an end to this biblical war in a just and permanent way that allows Ukraine to enjoy its freedom. Starmer will host a meeting of world leaders on Saturday to discuss how to turn the ceasefire into a lasting peace. The problem here, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. The Bear's not going to accept this. So, guys, I do have a lot more information I want to share, but let's focus on the ceasefire really quick here because it's very important. So, Emmanuel Macron said the Bear must decide on 30-day ceasefire after U.S. Ukraine talks. I welcome the progress made in the discussion between the US and Ukraine held today in Saudi Arabia, particularly on the idea of a possible 30-day ceasefire. The ball is now clearly in Russia's court. So everybody keeps saying that. So France and its partners remain committed to a solid and lasting peace, which is backed by robust security guarantees for Ukraine. All right. Here's the bear, one of the members. All right, so the bear opens to talk with U.S. in coming days. All right, so the bear foreign ministry spokeswoman Maria says that Moscow is not ruling out contact with the U.S. representative in the next few days. So, all right, so again, in the next few days, I think it's going to be Thursday. U.S. is going to discuss this ceasefire with the bear, Russia. All right. We have this one here too. If the bear refuses, we should sanction the you know what out of them. Donald, Senator, you have Senator Graham hope that Vladimir agrees to the ceasefire. Now, Donald confirmed that the Sleeping Giant officials will meet with the bear representative in the coming days to discuss the ceasefire. So that's the big one. All right, so this is the big one. All right, so we're going to get to all this here, guys. Almost immediately after today's Ukrainian announcement of support for a U.S.-backed ceasefire in Ukraine, the bear responded by launching a ballistic missile strike against Ukrainian port city of Odesa on the coast of the Black Sea, launching several Iskander short-range ballistic equipment with cluster warheads against the city. The strike damaged in the cargo ship and has taken 4 so far. All right, so let's see what's going on with this news first, and then we're going to go with North Korea nuclear warning. Emmanuel Macron rallies Europe to back Ukraine following ceasefire talks. All right. And once again, guys, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. I do. I really appreciate it. So, Emmanuel Macron urged European and NATO military leaders on March 11 to develop a concrete plan for credible security guarantees for Ukraine in the event of a ceasefire. Speaking at a closed-door meeting in Paris with military chiefs from more than 30 allied nations, you have Macron emphasized that Europe must throw its full weight behind Ukraine and itself, according to Le Monde. His appeal followed Ukraine's endorsement of a U.S. proposed 30-day ceasefire agreement to negotiation with the bear in Saudi Arabia. Now, the meeting included representatives from 34 countries, including Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, but no U.S. officials were present. Macron and UK Prime Minister Starmer have taken the lead in forming a coalition of the willing to enforce an eventual ceasefire in Ukraine. Now, the French presidency reported that military leaders from European and NATO countries, including the UK and Turkey, agreed that security guarantees for Ukraine should not be separated from NATO and its capabilities. Now, these guarantees must be credible and long-term and should be paired with unfailing support for the Ukrainian army. French Defense Minister Sebastien underscored the importance of planning for Ukraine's future military needs, adding that we will reject any form of demilitarization of Ukraine. Concerns over Washington's shifting stance on the bear and Ukraine have fueled Europe's push to strengthen its own defenses. Now, Donald's earlier decision to suspend military aid and intelligence sharing with Kiev, along with his renewed negotiation with the bear, again Vladimir, has raised fears that the U.S. may pressure Ukraine into a settlement favoring the bear country. European leaders are scrambling to ensure that Ukraine's security does not become a bargaining chip in the U.S. and the bear talks. It is simply a question of looking ahead and thinking about what the Ukrainian army should be in the future. Now, following the military chiefs meeting defense minister from Europe's 5 largest military powers, France, the UK, Germany, Italy, and Poland, are set to gather in Paris on March the 12th. EU and NATO representative, as well as Ukraine defense minister, will also take part in discussion focused on the necessary rearmament of Europe and continued military support for Kiev. Macron has also scheduled talks with defense manufacturers later this week to push for increased weapons production, aligning with his call for France to switch to war economy mode. Starmer, meanwhile, will host virtual talks on March 15 with the leaders of nations willing to back Ukraine's defense. There's a lot of stuff going on here. EU Commission President Ursula recently announced a plan to mobilize approximately 800 billion euro, that's $843 billion, man, that's almost $1 trillion, to strengthen European defense and provide immediate military support for Ukraine. Man, so it's not only Ukraine, but Europe. Again, those regions are willing to spend $1 trillion, almost $1 trillion. So France has also pledged to raise its defense spending to around, I'm going to skip that currency number, annually, doubling the planned 50.5 billion euros for 2025. Turkey, which has NATO's second largest army, is positioning itself as a key player in regional security. Now, Turkey's President Erdogan has backed Ukraine's call for an aerial and naval truce, signaling his country's readiness to play a leading role in Europe involving security strategy. All right, so that's what's going on with this story here, guys. Once again, we do have more information, but Macron rallies Europe to back Ukraine following ceasefire talk. All right, so we're going to go with this next one here. Then after this, we go with North Korea nuclear warning. If the bear refuses, we should sanction the you-know-what out of them. Donald, it says here. Senator Graham Hope Vladimir agrees to ceasefire. So, speaking to reporters at the White House following the announcement from Saudi Arabia, Donald said that focus now shifts to the bear, urging Vladimir to accept this truce, this deal. So, the bear, again, I don't see the bear doing this. The bear is going to say absolutely, 30 days, 30 days. So, again, you think I'm a fool? You want 30 days so you could feed Crane with all these equipment? And then, no. So, again, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. I think it might happen, but, again, the ceasefire could be violated maybe 5 days and stuff. And, again, ceasefire never works. I mean, just ask the Holy Land. So, those Mid-East, those ceasefire never last. Now we have to go to the bear, and hopefully Vladimir will agree to that also. And we can get this show on the road, he said. Now Donald added that if the bear refuses, the biblical war will continue, leading to further loss of LIFE. Donald confirmed that the sleeping giant officials would meet with the bear representative in the coming days to discuss the ceasefire. He also indicated he expects to speak with Vladimir later this week, emphasizing it takes two to tango. I don't think Vladimir loves to tango, to be honest. I'm kidding, guys. Senator Graham also praised Crane's decision to back the ceasefire, applauding Donald role in brokering the agreement. Here's the thing. Crane is getting everything. They're gifted. I mean, for them to accept it, this is a free gift. They're getting something for free. But at the very end, they're going to have to pay us back with those rare earth minerals. So I am very encouraged to hear that Crane has signed to the U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire. Well done to the Donald team. I hope the bear will follow. If the bear refuses, we should sanction the you-know-what out of them. It says here, I am very encouraged to hear that Crane has agreed to the U.S. proposal for a 30-day ceasefire. Well done to the Donald team, he said, and also issued a stark warning. I hope the bear will follow. If the bear refuses, we will sanction the you-know-what out of them. Now, once again, Lindsey Graham vowed to introduce new congressional sanctions targeting the bear and nations that continue to buy the bear goods, including oil, gas, and uranium. It is long overdue for the bear to feel overwhelming economic pain as a result of their brutal invasion of Crane. Now, Donald also reported that Zelensky is welcome back to the White House after their tense meeting in the Oval Office last month. Now, February 28 meeting had ended in controversy after Donald and the VP criticized Zelensky, accusing him of being disrespectful when he questioned whether Vladimir could be trusted in negotiation. Now, it says here the disagreement led to a heated exchange, and Zelensky left the White House abruptly, canceling a planned joint press conference with Donald and leaving a critical minerals agreement unsigned. Donald has since expressed mixed views on Crane priorities, ruling out its NATO membership and falsely suggesting that Crane started the biblical war. Alright, so that's where we're at with the updates of the ceasefire. Now we're going to go with the North K soldiers and nuclear war and all that type of stuff. Kim, he's out there and he's not pleased. What happened? I think it happened last week, if I'm not mistaken. North K warns of nuclear war after South K jets accidentally impacted a village. Now, Pyongyang says South K accidental bombing of civilian area near the border proves that an armed conflict could erupt at any moment. 2 South K jets mistakenly dropped 8 bombs. 8? Man. Impacting 29 civilians, but North K warns, what if they had crossed a border? Now, blaming U.S. South K military drills, North K calls them a dress rehearsal for war. Oh, okay, all right. So I know, again, I know what this is heading to. Okay, so it seems like North K is saying, hey, this was no accident. This was no accident. And they chose a village that's not that, and they dropped it. Because, can it be true? Well, again, guys, that's all conspiracy stuff. But North K has been, sounding the alarm about these, military drill rehearsal for war and this and that. And they've been saying that for the past decades. And they're saying, well, what happened last week? I mean, what if that was us? What if they dropped that on us? All right, so let me just pull up the information here. North K says South K jets accidental impacting shows armed conflict possible. Now, North K said on Wednesday a recent accidental bombing of a civilian area by South K fighter jets in training show a mishap could trigger a new armed conflict on the peninsula, its state's news agency reported. Now, two South K jets mistakenly dropped 8 air to surface bombs on a village near the military border with North K on Thursday, impacting 29 civilians in an accident the South military said was likely caused by pilot error. What do you guys think? Now the area was close to a regular training ground used by the Allies near the border. So we don't need to explain how the situation would have unfolded if this stuff had dropped further north and crossed our border. Man, that would have been... Again, right now we would have been talking about all these, back and forth North K and South K war. It is not at all an unreasonable imagination that an accidental spark could engulf the Korean Peninsula and the world in a new armed conflict in response to the malicious large joint military drills by the Sleeping Giants and South K. South K and U.S. militaries began annual Freedom Shield drills on Monday to run until March 20th, but they suspended live fire exercises following the bombing accident. Now, North K routinely denounces joint military drills by the Allies, calling them a dress rehearsal for war against it. South K rejects the accusation, saying the drills are defensive and aimed at maintaining readiness against possible North K aggression. Once again, the U.S. Defense Department did not immediately have comment. This incident is an example of how the various war demonstrations by the U.S. and its followers targeting us are not for peace and stability in South K, as they claim, but an extremely dangerous and unamusing act that can breed an imminent crisis and the world's first nuclear war. Man. Once again, North K dropped a big bombshell report on that one there. So again, they are not pleased with this, exercise drill accident. And a lot of innocent were impacted. A lot of innocent people were impacted. Stuff like that cannot happen. So North K put out a warning, and it keeps sounding the alarm about all these military exercise drill right close to their border. And I agree. I mean, just imagine if you got the Bear and the Red Dragon in Mexico with their drill, and Texas is like, hey, you guys almost hit us. Again, just imagine seeing foreigners and again in Cuba or in South America, Central America, and doing their stuff. It's going to be very disturbing. People panic when the Bear submarines is in Cuba, dock in Cuba. All right, so this is where we at right now, guys. This is where we at. Give me a second here. Let me just refresh the page. I do have another video coming later tonight. I want to bring this one up really quick too, guys. That looks like the Red Sea, right? And our Arabian Sea, the Red Sea. You got all them seas out there. And look at this. Yemen radar is already on and the search. Now, they warned that they would take out ships. Buckle up. Buckle up. All right, guys. I do have some more videos coming up. It's going to be later on tonight. I want to thank every single one of you for your support. Once again, please share the video and check out the ones I posted today. The links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream every Monday. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Faith and trust in Jesus Christ. For he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.